You know the feeling. You're in the middle of a heated argument. You have a perfect point to make. You are righteous. You are ready to stand your ground. But then you feel it. That familiar, treacherous sting in the corner of your eyes. The tightness in your throat. That lump the size of a golf ball blocking your words. Your face gets hot. And suddenly, against your will, you aren't shouting. You're crying. It feels like a betrayal. It feels humiliating. In a world that equates anger with strength and tears with weakness, your body just waved a white flag you didn't ask for. You feel like a child, but psychology says you're wrong. You aren't broken, you aren't too sensitive, and you definitely aren't crazy. That reaction? It's not a malfunction. It's a sophisticated biological protocol that science is finally beginning to understand, and it might actually be your superpower. Let's reframe this immediately. We need to stop calling this being a crybaby and start calling it what neuroscience suggests it is, the safety valve protocol. Here is the reality. Your brain is not recording reality in standard definition like everyone else. For many of you, specifically the 20% of the population with high sensory processing sensitivity, your brain is recording in 8K resolution. When you get angry, you aren't just mad. Your system is detecting a threat, injustice, and frustration all at once. Think of your brain like a car engine. When most people get mad, their engine revs. But when you get mad, your engine revs so high, so fast, that the needle buries itself in the red zone. Your amygdala, the brain's threat detector, has hijacked the system. It's screaming danger. Your cortisol levels spike. Your muscles tense. Society rewards the people who can keep a poker face. But your body is actually doing something smarter. It realizes the engine is about to overheat. So it opens the valve. It releases tears, not because you are weak, but because you are wired differently. You are experiencing an emotional velocity that requires a biological coolant. Let's break down what's actually happening under the hood. Point number 1. You are literally crying out stress hormones. This is the counterintuitive truth. Not all tears are the same. The research shows there are 3 types: basal tears for lubrication, reflex tears for dust, and emotional tears. When you cry from anger or frustration, those tears are chemically distinct. They contain higher levels of protein, manganese, and specifically stress hormones like ACTH and leucine and enkephalin, a natural painkiller. When you cry during a fight, you aren't just leaking water. You are performing a chemical exorcism. Your body is physically purging the stress toxins that the anger produced. You are restoring homeostasis so you don't burn out. Point number 2. It's not sadness. It's a blocked goal. We assume tears equal sadness. But psychology says angry tears are usually about frustration and helplessness. It happens when you feel unseen, unheard, or misunderstood. You are hitting a wall. Your brain perceives this obstruction as a threat to your control. Here is the fascinating part. Evolutionary psychologists believe these tears serve a specific signal. They are an honest signal. They are incredibly difficult to fake. When you cry in an argument, your biology is trying to de-escalate the aggression in the room. It is a primal signal that says, I am not a physical threat, but I am in distress. It is designed to trigger empathy in the other person, even if you hate that it's happening. Point number 3, you aren't weak. You are overstimulated. If you are a highly sensitive person, HSP, your nervous system has a lower filter for stimuli. Anger is loud. Conflict is chaotic. The shouting, the tension, the racing thoughts, it creates a state of sensory overwhelm. Your tear ducts are activated by the parasympathetic nervous system, the system responsible for rest and digest. By forcing you to cry, your body is desperately trying to force you to calm down. It's a biological brake pedal. And here is a quick science fact. Women tend to cry more in these situations not just because of socialization, but because they have higher levels of prolactin, which promotes tears, and smaller tear ducts than men. It's anatomy, not character. Okay, knowing why you cry is healing, but it doesn't help when you're standing in your boss's office, your face is heating up, and you have exactly 10 seconds before you burst into tears. You need an emergency brake. You need the Invisible Toolkit. Here are 3 biohacks to regain control in the heat of the moment. Hack number 1, the glottis reset. You know that lump in your throat? That is your glottis, the muscle controlling the opening to your throat, expanding to let in more oxygen because your body thinks you need to run. It feels like you're choking because you are literally fighting your own anatomy. The hack? Drink water. If you can't drink, swallow repeatedly or yawn. This forces the glottis to relax and close. It sends a physical signal to your nervous system that you are safe enough to eat or drink, which dampens the fight or flight response. Hack number 2, the optical interrupt. If you feel the tears welling up, look up. Tilt your eyes toward the ceiling or blink rapidly. Anatomically, this helps prevent tears from spilling over. But more importantly, it breaks your focus. When you stare intensely at the person angering you, you are locked in the emotional loop. Moving your eyes helps break that trance. Hack number 3, the logic override. Your emotional brain, the amygdala, has hijacked the car. You need to force your logical brain, the prefrontal cortex, to take the wheel back. How? Do math? Seriously. Count backward from 100 by 7s, or look around the room and name 5 things you see that are blue. You cannot perform complex cognitive tasks and maintain peak emotional arousal at the same time. You're forcing your brain to switch gears from feeling to thinking. And if all else fails, the tactical retreat. You don't have to stay in the room. Research shows that stepping away from the trigger is one of the most effective ways to lower emotional intensity. Say, I need a moment to process this, and step out. It's not running away, it's emotional regulation. So the next time you feel that heat in your face and the water in your eyes during a conflict, I want you to stop judging yourself. You are not broken. You don't need to toughen up. You have a high-performance emotional engine that comes with a built-in safety valve. Your body is working exactly as it was designed to, protecting you from the toxicity of stress and signaling your humanity in the face of conflict. Embrace the release. Let the valve open, because once the pressure is gone, you'll find you can think clearer than anyone else in the room. If this resonated with you, if you're tired of apologizing for your biology, subscribe to the channel. We're decoding the human mind one trait at a time, and you belong here. Thanks for watching.